And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, here we are, another day committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about helping you win in any marketplace. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. Over 80 categories of consumer advocate advice and content, 50-plus show partners as we bring on the show and help you live a better life, help you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent out there in our community. You can connect with us multiple ways, and we appreciate the calls, the uptick in calls lately. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from our expert contributors and text messages to our hotline. Give us a call at 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
And make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. Consumerqb.com, that's our website. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. And these are the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we bring on the show to help you understand more about your buying decisions. And this segment is brought to you by Taps Restaurant. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Taps Restaurant over at the International Plaza on Bay Street. And it's Taps Restaurant Bar and Lounge. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance, and very friendly staff over at Taps Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And excellent food, very tasty. I love the food. They got fish, burgers, all types of wide variety on the menu as well. And let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and opportunities just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Give them a call. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, in studio today, Heather Lalk. Back in studio. Welcome back in.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here today.
Awesome. Yeah, my pleasure. And Fit to a T is the business name, and health is the game.
Correct. Yeah. I have a small boutique studio, about 960 square feet in the heart of downtown Dunedin, right by the Pinellas Trail. So I work with one-on-one clients as well as buddy workouts, couples workouts, things like that.
Very cool. Yeah, and Dunedin, what a great town. I love that town.
It's rocking and rolling.
So you got 900 square feet in Dunedin. You're bringing in all types of folks. So it could be a one-on-one workout with you, or even a couple, or a little small group potentially.
Yeah, and I also integrate too if people wish to work on some of their lifestyle changes as well as their diet and nutrition. I can also do that because I'm a nutritional health coach.
Nice, nutritional health coach. I like that. Yeah, the nutrition side of things is, I think, a lot of the misconceptions. I think so many times people say, well, I drink a lot of juice. I drink a lot of juice and vegetable juice or even fruit juice, and like, well, it's loaded with sugars, right? They think, well, it's got all these pictures on the cover of the vegetables and the things. But yeah, you got to really look at an overall comprehensive approach. Yeah,
it is really difficult because there's so much information we're bombarded with, and people are trying to sell us things, supplements and all of that. And we just have to remember we're all individual, we're all special. So we have to learn what our bodies needs, what our bodies do well with. So it's not the latest trend that we need to go after. It's what our bodies need to be the best they can be.
Yeah. And what do you find with your clients, Heather? What are you seeing mostly that works? I mean, because there's like you mentioned, so many different types of fads. You got these, the intermittent fasting. You got what's the one about the blood type, eating toward your blood type?
Yes.
What's your experience?
Just a lot of them are coming back to listening to their bodies. They want to go maybe get some testing done. Through your lab work, you can order all kinds of tests without a doctor's script, which is really cool.
Now, that's really awesome. I love that idea.
Yeah, there's only about 2 states in the country that don't allow it, but every other one does. So keep that in mind. You can do everything from triglycerides to your cholesterol to thyroid, hormones, all of that.
And micronutrients is one that you look at.
That's correct, yeah.
So you look at your micronutrients, you say, hey, I'm low in... I remember when I got checked a while back, about a year and a half ago, it was vitamin D, and I was like, what? I'm in the sun all the time. What do you mean vitamin D? And they said, well, when you're in the sun, you're spraying on sunblock, and you're not getting But I was surprised to see that vitamin D, I was low in that.
It's very true. And we don't get the same amount of vitamin D from the sun anymore, just because of the ozone and all the things that we're polluting the earth with, unfortunately. So it's kind of a scientific thing that we're not getting that. So we do need that. And we're also not getting the nutrients that we would get from foods.
Right.
So you'd get the vitamin D and other
That's right.
vitamins too.
So the vitamin D and, the nutrients in the food, the farming practices, the different types of pesticides, all that comes into play. But there's, I always kind of break it down to that sphere of influence and that sphere of control. What can you actually control? And that's, waking up an extra half an hour early, getting to the gym, getting to the studio, working out with Heather Lalk, fit to a T, right there in Dunedin. And, having fun while you do it.
Oh, yeah. I think, too, to get the clients understand that as we get older and we age, our bodies change and evolve. So we kind of constantly have to keep up with it and figure that out. It might seem like a huge amount of work, but it really isn't. Or if you reach out to a professional that can guide you through that process, it's really a fun, actual journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And think of it more about as fun and mixing it up. And that's where I've seen, where I've had fun over the years is I'll box one day or the next day I would play basketball, play some hoops, I would, because I don't like running as much as I used to just because of knee, different pains. Talk to me about that. Like, how do you work with clients when it comes to, their each body? You mentioned, everybody's got an individual need.
Oh, yeah, especially the demographics. Everybody, actually, most people that are at my studio have some type of issue with bodies, shoulders or their knees or tendons, or they've had old injuries. So I do work specifically around that or to strengthen those. And I also work as a collaborative partner with other doctors as well. So they have to have clearance in order to start working out, like people with post-stroke, but we can get them back to more mobility wise and strengthening than that. So I do that. And of course, after your 20s, it's one thing after another, and then two, our injuries that happen when we were younger come back to haunt us a lot of times.
What are you hearing about stem cells? Have you listened to stem cells or heard about that? Because we've got Infinity Medical Institute is one of our show partners, and they're talking about bringing in stem cells into their practice. They do the low T therapy, weight loss plans, etc. There with from that perspective with hormone replacement therapy.
Yes.
But what are you hearing about stem cells?
A lot of times, depends on the injuries and what's going on or chronic illnesses. I've had a lot of people tell me that I know personally that it's worked for them. One individual, she had an accident and it had to do with her neck, and I think she's still in her 30s or maybe early 40s. But she said it's amazing. I mean, it's taking a while, but she understands that her body is utilizing those stem cells to rejuvenate itself and to heal itself.
Right.
So I think that it's a great thing that we've discovered.
Right.
And we're being able to apply that to a lot of pain that we have.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You look at the human body and just the amazing miracle and blessing it is all in one, and just the ability for it to heal itself. And it makes a lot of sense if you're injecting those types of stem cells that are going to help, for example, the knee versus the neck or different things. And I think it's getting more and more specific to the area too.
Exactly. Oh yeah. I actually went into a clinic just to see about my dealing with my fibromyalgia and some other issues, and it wasn't really. It could have been for me, but it wasn't really that necessary. But they did tell me all about the process, and it's really, really amazing what they can do. And it's all about the delivery. It's the same thing with supplements. You kind of have to take nutraceuticals, which has a medical technology attached to it, so it actually gets through to the cells that need it at the cell level.
So yeah, talk to me about that. We kind of got a little tangent here on stem cells, but so it's about the delivery of the stem cells?
Yeah, it's the delivery of them as well as any other type of nutrients or vitamins or minerals that we have. Because a lot of times it has to go through a digestive tract and it kills everything.
Right.
Like an antioxidant like glutathione.
Right.
The best way is to get it IV'd, but now with great technology, I have some nutraceuticals that actually I distribute that have that. They're able to get through that digestive tract and through the esophagus and get into your cell level.
And that's a big point, too, I want to bring up. I want to talk to you about that. By the way, if you just joined us, Heather Lalk here in studio. Brandon Rhymes, the host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, of course. And Heather is the owner of Fit to a T, and an awesome little studio in Dunedin. boutique style studio, personal trainer, nutrition, very, very knowledgeable around nutrition as we're talking. But I wanted to ask you, because you brought up a good point with, when we are taking in food, we're bringing in these nutrients, they're not being absorbed as much.
Correct.
And I think a lot of times, just think over the years what we've done to our body as a temple is one of the Kenny Chesney songs, a country song, right? How you treat that body, right?
Yeah.
So you think about it. But and I also point to my wife, who's done these cleanses for literally days in a row, multiple days. And those cleanses, it makes a lot of sense when you think about how it cleans that tract out doing those cleanses. What's your stance on cleanses, and have you had much experience with them?
Yeah, I think that we need to get back to that, to cleanse out even a lot of the pesticides that we're ingesting, just because they're sprayed.
Yeah.
Because allergies come from sometimes not the actual item itself, but how it's been treated,
right,
and cultivated. But the same token with taking antibiotics, it's a great subject now because of all the sickness throughout the holidays. I had strep throat. I broke down and I took antibiotics because I couldn't risk getting my clients sick. But I know antibiotics kill everything, so they kill the good flora, so I'll have a lot of issues afterwards, gain weight, and so getting rid of those and doing a detox is a great idea once you're done with all of that series of antibiotics too.
Yeah, and it takes discipline depending on what type of cleanse you do. The master cleanse is the one that Lindsay's done a lot of, and man, I tell you, that's tough for me to do. Just when you're doing the lemon juice with the cayenne pepper.
Oh yeah, that's classic.
And that's a tough one to do, man.
You can get very hangry.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was doing it one time, and she, it was like 5 or 6 o'clock, and I was just chewing on some popcorn. She said, "Well, you ruined your whole cleanse. You did
Right.
you can't eat popcorn." I was like, "It's just popcorn."
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't realize how much your digestion takes over. It takes a long time. Like protein takes about 4 hours to break down.
Wow.
So if you're eating fruit right after that, your fruit is just sitting there and fermenting and all of that good stuff. So there's just a way of being able to eat and knowing how your body reacts to things. But the cleanses are amazing. I think everyone should do them a couple times a year.
Yes.
Especially when they're feeling kind of blah, run down.
Right.
And maybe they've been eating not so great foods like through the holidays.
Yeah. One of the big golfers, I think it was either McIlroy or what's the other guy's name? But they were struggling. They did this cleanse. They said, you know what, I'm doing a big cleanse, and they did like a 2 or 3 day cleanse, and they came back that much more stronger mentally, physically. They just felt much better. And I think it might have been Mickelson actually. But so you see athletes doing it as well.
Oh yeah, because they too, especially with the mental clarity, because they have to be so on their game.
Yeah.
And I think that helps a lot too, because food can affect everything. Gut runs everything, so it can be depression, anxiety, the low sex drive, mood swings. So a lot of that will come off. We'll probably get through that coming off the holidays now too, because a lot of us drank too much, we ate too much, or things we don't normally eat. So
That's
it is
right.
what it is. We're only human.
That's right. All right, good stuff. We're here in studio with Heather Lalk, Fit to a T. Coming up, Adelia Bennett's in studio as well. So stay with us. Don't touch that dial. When we come back, more from our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We want to help you in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. Reach out, and we would love to. We're actually bringing on a few agents right now. We're hiring just for 2 or 3 slots of real estate agents. Got lots of leads pouring in, and we are looking for realtors that might want to join our team. Future-proof your business. Take advantage of the $1 billion investment that Gary Keller has made in Keller Williams. Of course, the #1 real estate company in the world. And then, of course, our team. My wife and I own our team, and we have some very significant advantages when it comes to our team as well here in Tampa Bay. Bay with our radio and TV show model, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine, Top Agent Magazine, Real Producers Magazine. We're going to be on the cover of that magazine coming up soon as well. So a lot of cool things happening around the show and around our brokerage. We'd love to talk to you if you are a real estate agent and you're thinking about making a move to a team, or if you're even a new agent, we will train as well. We'll help you with that as well. So Brandon Rhymes, Platinum MVP Team, Keller Williams Realty, PlatinumMVPTeam.com is the website, PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And we got a hot listing here on Clearwater Beach. This one is at 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. Property is priced below the comparables. The comps come in around the mid 700s, and we're pricing it below that, well below that, $695,000. 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. 200 steps, and you are on the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach. Gorgeous property. If you want that beach home, this is a property that will sure to impress. 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. You've actually got a 3rd bedroom in the back that we can't count because it does not have a closet. So according to MLS rules, you can't count that as a bedroom. Gorgeous property. 861 Mandalay Avenue. Updated kitchen, tile flooring. Check it out at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All of our real estate properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And this segment is brought to you by Infinity Medical Institute, and they are offering the pellet hormone therapy here in Tampa Bay. They're right on West Shore Boulevard. Infinity Medical Institute, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Over 40,000 patients successfully treated, and over 10 years in the business. Infinity Medical Institute, right there on West Shore Boulevard. They offer low T therapy, weight loss plans, cosmetic surgeries, services rather, like Botox, improved sexual wellness, and increased energy. And as I mentioned earlier, they have stem cells coming up as well. They're going to be offering stem cells soon. Infinity Medical Institute, let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, back here in studio, we got a great lineup for you today. We got Heather Lalk. We just spoke with Heather. More from Heather coming up in our lightning round as well. And now we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk massage with Adelia Bennett. Welcome in.
Good to have. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Good
my
to be
pleasure.
here.
Hey, so Heavy Mellow Mobile Massage Company, and that's the website too, right?
Yes, HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com.
Got it. Cool. All right, so tell us more. So the mobile aspect is great.
Yes.
Love that. Stress relief is, stress, they say, is the number one killer in our society.
Absolutely. It's a movement that's going on right now. And I was just at Clearwater Beach, actually, for a client that had requested. It was last minute. It was right before, I think it was New Year's Eve. But
nice.
Yeah. So
working hard on the holidays,
yeah,
too.
she had traveled and just too much on her body, not enough sleep, and I was the remedy for her.
Yeah, I love that. I love that 90-minute, hot stone. You got all kinds of cool stuff that you can bring out.
Absolutely, yes. I bring out hot stones. It does relax your muscles and the tension. And I also, when I worked on you last, we worked with the Dolphin NeuroStem, which is it applies brief, concentrated microcurrent impulses to specific treatment points on the body. So they look like this. They make a little bit of noise, but they are very, very effective
Hold
in
them up
reducing
to the camera a little bit better.
Chronic and acute pain.
Yep, this camera here. Yep. So if you're watching our TV show on Apple, Amazon, and Roku, WeBeam TV, you can see, so it's called
Dolphin NeuroStem.
Nice. So get the NeuroStem. So that's going to stimulate more of the, not only the muscle fibers, but also the supporting fibers in there as well, the nerves.
Yes, it actually accelerates cellular healing, and it reduces stress, which you were just talking about, by regulating the ANS, the autonomic nervous system. And like I said, it relieves chronic and acute pain.
Wow.
So there's several protocols for the neck, the back, shoulder, knee, there's everything. And it's actually being used for scar treatment and
wow.
in concussions.
So it breaks down scar tissue as well?
Yes, absolutely. There's nothing in the United States that I know of when I was taking this class
awesome.
that breaks it down. I think there's lidocaine, some kind of lidocaine solution. It's not done in the United States, but I believe it's done in Europe. But
wow,
this is pretty great. Awesome.
Very cool. So, and I can tell a difference too with when I've had a massage that week and I haven't had a massage. As an ex-football player, played many years, for everything from Pop Warner to high school to college ball. And it's just wow. Once you cross over 40, you cross over that line of 40 there, you feel it even more, as they say, right? So I just love it. I look forward to it. Getting that weekly massage. And Adelia Bennett here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com is the site. Book directly online. It's such a smooth process as well.
Very easy, yes.
Yeah. And then you get the text alerts. It reminds you. It's in the calendar. So directly from the website, HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com. And I like to think about it from a business perspective. We're business men and women here a lot of times, and you look at a lot of our listenership. Of course, they own businesses. They're CEOs. They're managers. What a great surprise to fire up your employees, right? Mm-hmm. Bringing you in for chair massage or however they want to set it up.
Right. And also do they want to do what they're doing for a long period of time, or
extending
the time that they're wanting, because we do a lot of damage to our body sitting at the desk all day. I heard the term desk jockey the other day, or just driving and traveling. We're sitting all of the time, and the texting, it does a lot on our body.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So we have these different repetitive situations where we're repeating a certain movement. We are, from a daily perspective, a lot of times too. And I'm caught with this in my hand. I'm looking down. So your neck, I feel like you tend to develop that. What is it called? A kyphotic curve, I believe, is the term for it.
Yeah, not your neck was not designed to be like this the entire day, or even for several minutes or hours that we abuse our body.
Yeah.
And to counteract that, we need to do some of these things: exercise, eating right, getting rest, and massage is also one of them. It's not just a luxury anymore.
Yeah. Massage, stretching. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and I think the stress too is a huge part, because it can get caught in organs, it can get caught in muscle tissue, and joints, and so working on meridians, getting that cleared out, even lymphatic, not saying that if you do lymphatic drainage, but even just having a regular massage helps clear those pathways. So it's going to help reduce the stress, maybe anxiety, even like I told you, said mood swings, things of that nature as well.
That's right.
Physically helping you.
Yeah, imbalances of the parasympathetic, and which is the rest and calming, and the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight branches of the autonomic nervous system. Those are directly linked to pain and disease, and people are getting more educated now, and they are realizing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at stress being such a big player in our our busy lifestyles. We're also busy today. It's a much faster pace of life that we're living. So there's stress everywhere. There's emotional stress online, especially, if you're a parent. Believe me, you're dealing with kids' stress. They pour that over to you. I was joking over the holidays, with someone. I said, as a parent, I've heard it said that you're only as happy as your least happy kid, because you always got somebody dealing with something. Somebody's got something going on. But here's an interesting stat producers put together for us. 75 to 90% of all doctor office visits are for stress-related ailments and complaints. And then, of course, it goes on to talk about stress can play a part of such problems as headaches, high blood pressure, heart problems, diabetes, skin conditions, asthma, all those types of things happening. So when we come back, let's dive deeper into that and how we can help our listeners and our viewers combat that here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online, Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page out there as well. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com. Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We greatly appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us here on your afternoon drive time right here on 4 o'clock AM 860, The Answer. Helping you win in any marketplace has always been our goal, 7 years on air now. And the idea is to help you as a consumer advocate. So we'd love to hear from you. Your feedback is crucial. We really appreciate those who do reach out. They text in for the text offers. We offer the rent versus own analysis. We offer a value check on your real estate, all types of health analysis as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So we want to help you win in any marketplace. Obviously, that's the goal. And consumerqb.com is the website, consumerqb.com. And we got a couple of hot listings here. Of course, the show is powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You got a $2 million property that we've got listed at 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. This is a $2 million property, gorgeous palace right on the Intercoastal Waterway, the Gulf of Mexico as well. 4348 Harbor Point Drive, 6,700 square feet, private pool, dock, right behind your house. Bring your boat, and it's ultra high security. You've got 2 guard gates before you even get on the street that you got to go through. So Harbor Point Drive, Port Richey, one of our hot real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Let me tell you about 1100 South Myrtle Avenue. Now, this property is in Clearwater, close to downtown. Huge lot. This property is close to 250 feet by about 175 feet in the front. So a huge lot. Could be a business, could be a restaurant. Lots of opportunities here. There's a couple of dilapidated structures on the property that need to be torn down, which is very minimal to demolish a property. It's about $8,000 to $12,000 depending on the quote. 1100 South Myrtle Avenue in the heart of Clearwater. Now look at the beautiful photography complements of Fabre Frameworks. You notice you've got the Intercoastal Waterway, and then you've got the Gulf of Mexico out there as well. So just a beautiful location, great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay, and that's I consider that a vacant lot, so you can build your dream business. Lots of opportunity here in Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPteam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, and this segment is brought to you by the Bill Maher Beach Resort. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bill Maher Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard in Treasure Island. They've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's restaurant and bar, excellent food. They've got a great location. Clyde Smith, now the general manager, is such a cool guy. He says, last time he's on the show, one of the times he says, Brandon, it's a 2-beer beach. It takes you 2 beers to walk all the way down to the beach. It's such a huge beach. I think a lot of times we don't realize, if you look at the east coast of Florida, you walk out of some of those hotels and you're literally like into the water, and it drops off so quickly because you're in the Atlantic. But the Gulf of Mexico, the west coast is the best coast, in my opinion, of the Bill Maher Beach Resort. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got our expert contributors. We're talking about health today. We've got an emphasis on health on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I love this. So we got Heather Lalk to my right, fit to a T, personal trainer, nutritionist as well in Dunedin, and also Adelia Bennett. Mellow mobile massage here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So let's kick it back to Heather here. So Heather, what else do you think is important for our listeners to know, our viewers of our TV show to know out there when it comes to personal training, getting health, staying fit, finding something that works for them?
Well, I think it's right on when Thomas Fuller said, health is not valued until sickness comes. So I think that's a major thing to push right now, because everybody's sick been sick around the holidays and trying to get over it, and it keeps coming back. Get on a good antibiotic, at least 20 to 25 billion to help combat those antibiotics if you took some of those.
Or probiotic, right?
Probiotic, I'm sorry. Yeah, probiotics. And then also, exercise does help reduce stress and anxiety and depression. So get out there and get on a routine, because I know the holidays threw us into a tizzy, even myself, my mom visiting, me being sick. So getting back on some type of routine, even if you start small with something that's attainable and realistic. So that way you're not woohoo, gung-ho, January 1st now, and then you're going to go off the wagon February 1st. You want something that's going to be long-term, or making a commitment for at least 3 months, and then doing another 3 months.
That's right.
Even going out for a walk on the beaches or
Yeah.
on the Pinellas Trail. We have so much to offer here.
That's right.
And then also ask for help. Just because if you hire a personal trainer doesn't mean you have to be with a personal trainer for the rest of your life. They help get you on a routine. They get to teach you, or they should be teaching you, what you can do on your own when you do go to the gym by yourself, or if you go outside. There's even a place down the road from my studio that the city of Dunedin built, and there's some outdoor equipment that you can use, and it
Right.
mimics some of the equipment I have. And people want to do that. That's great, but they need to know what to do. It makes it a lot easier, and they actually look forward to going.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to getting that, and you get that endorphin rush. You get that that energy
yeah.
burst that comes from it.
Oh yeah, and even for me sometimes I'm tired. I'm my one man show or one woman show.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I need to go take care of my dogs, my house. But I need to once I get to the gym or I work out in my own studio, I feel so much better. I mean, even emotionally, I feel better. I have more energy, more clarity to do the things I need to do, and I
Yeah.
sleep better. It improves your sleep tenfold.
That's it. Now, let me ask you a question. Is working out in the morning better? Working out in the evening? If you work out in the evening, does that affect does it push your sleep pattern later? Some people say it does. It's kind of like same thing with eating late at night. Some people can, like a hard-boiled egg at night. I do well that way. Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people, if they can get up early in the morning and get to it, your day is fabulous.
Yes.
But a lot of people are just not morning people.
Yeah.
And so that's just something daunting to them.
It is.
So you don't want it to be something you do not look forward to and dread.
Yeah.
So if you go after work and you can, maintain that, that's great too. Just make sure don't go right before you're going to bed.
Yeah.
Or try not to.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just joined us, I'm Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Heather Lalk here. Fit to a T. She's out of Dunedin is her facility. Fit2at.net. Fit2at.net is the website. And you see these different products too online that try to mimic the same effect you get from a personal trainer. You got like a mirror on the wall, or these different types of bikes with the
Peloton
the
and things
computer
like
screen.
that. Yeah.
What do you think about those?
Those are great if you have that commitment. Most people don't. They think, oh, it's great, and then it becomes a clothing hanger.
Yeah, exactly.
We all have had those from the
$2,000.
80s and the 90s. Yeah, treadmills that are your ultimate hanger for your clothes.
Under the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see them anymore.
Yeah. Those are great. I mean, and also I think, too, it's good for group exercise once in a while. But then a lot of people don't like that. They want a really one-on-one type of situation and vice versa.
Yeah.
But those are great. But going to someone as accountability, or even having a buddy,
Yes.
that you're saying, I'm going to meet you at 5 o'clock after work at the gym. You feel more, you're going to go because you don't want to disappoint that other person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where it comes into play. A lot of people need that extra push because let's face it, like you talked about earlier, we're stressed out, we're so busy and overworked.
Yes.
I mean, we're even going to work when we're sick as dogs.
Yeah.
And then we're spreading the germs. And you really need to take the time to let our bodies heal itself.
Yep.
And for goodness sakes, don't go and make other people sick.
Yeah.
Stay at home. I have had some clients also ask me that. Well, I didn't really know when, I didn't know if I was contagious or not. And I said, well, don't push yourself because you're just going to stay sick.
Yep.
And you don't know if you're contagious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's different ways that your body can heal itself. You want to be observant. You want to find out, with your body, recognizing the response. And people have different levels of that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And in getting that routine again, like you were saying, things that you can even buy are TRX. You can hang from your doorway, pull-ups, push-ups, little trapeze, yoga trapeze. Those are little things that you can have at home too on the side while you're watching TV that you can do. So all of those are all great things because you actually work those into your lifestyle habits, even massage.
Yeah, I was watching one of the documentaries too about Kevin Hart. And everybody's, this guy works hard. He's a comedian, and he's got all these different shows and TV movie. And it seemed like he had some pretty hard work ethic. He was up early, one of the morning guys. And that was part of what he was talking about is, getting in there early, getting that sweat going. And
Oh, yeah. I think it came to mind Faith Hill and who's her husband?
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. They actually take their children with them on tour, but they also have a huge bus, I think, or an extra trailer that is their gym.
Nice.
And they've done that for years.
That's cool.
And so I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. Figuring out a way to make it work for you,
Yes.
right? Figuring out a way to make it
key.
fun. Yeah, so you can execute. You have the accountability side. And just getting out there and enjoying nature too. I think there's something to be said about that, as you mentioned. Before or after a run. Let's talk through that. So if I have 45 minutes to an hour that I'm going to work out, does it make sense to do like a quick warm up, a treadmill type thing, get the muscles pliable? Talk to me how I would use that 45 minutes.
Yeah, I would just about 10 minutes get warmed up on some type of cardio equipment or jogging or walking. Quickly, briskly, to get everything warmed up. You can do also some type of yoga moves sometimes to get everything agile.
Yeah.
Because we're stiff from sitting all day. And then you can do HIIT training, Tabata, which is like high interval training. You do things for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and then really high intensity. You can even work weights in there as well.
Yeah.
And really, a weight workout does not need to be 2 hours long at the gym.
Right.
You really go in there, hit it, 5 different exercises, 5 different machines, and you're out of there.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't make it longer and have it very small rest periods.
And you look at different, like I remember back in the day, and I think it's still applicable for a lot of folks that are, especially in the sports training, is, the push-pull, and then you have a leg day or an arm day.
Right.
So when you're pushing, you're doing your chest, your triceps, pushing activities. When you're pulling, you're doing more of your back. You're
Right.
pulling towards you, so that's more of your biceps and your back.
Right.
So that's a good way to think of it, right?
Yeah, that's an easier way to think of it. And if you're going to do a full body workout, just do that like maybe at most twice every week.
Right.
But you can go boom, boom, boom. It's kind of like loading. You start at the top of your body and you go down.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So there's different ways you can take it, attack it. And the idea is just to be active, get out there and exercise the body, stretch. I love the idea of yoga poses. Some of those poses are just awesome. They just feel so good when you're done with it.
Oh, yeah. And I integrate a lot of those, too, as well with core, because I'm huge on core exercises.
Big time.
So
Yeah.
a lot of those mimic. They're like, oh, we did that on yoga. I'm like, yes, we're just adding some strength things into it
Nice.
as well.
Yeah, I like that. And one of the misconceptions I think women have is, hey, if I put weights on the bar or if I do dumbbells, I'm going to bulk up.
Right.
Talk to about that, because it's not true, right?
I touched on that another show. Yeah, I mean, we work really hard if people compete, and women do.
Yep.
They have to take testosterone. They have to take injections of hormones. And these are things that most women aren't going to do. Regular hormones, sure,
Right.
replacements. But steroids, you would have to take steroids in order to bulk up that much.
To compete, for those people
Right.
that are competing, it's crazy.
Yeah, but women in general, we're not going to get that big unless you take those.
Right.
So you really need to. Every year we age, we're losing more muscle.
Yeah.
So we need to do heavier weights. And I'm not talking about huge, heavy weights.
Yeah.
But once in a while, drop your reps from 20 to 12 or to 10
Yep.
and jack up that weight a little bit.
Yep.
So
Going to make more lean muscle mass. You're going to burn more body fat while you're naturally just sitting at your desk.
yeah, your metabolism will boost. Everything will boost up. And you're going to really see the definition more.
Excellent. Hey, good stuff. Heather Lalk, Fit to a T. Check her out online, fit2at.net, and go by the studio in Dunedin. What's the address in Dunedin if they want to stop by?
1059 Broadway, Suite B, and it's Dunedin, 34698. We're right
Awesome.
across from Seventh Sun Brewery.
Very cool. All right, good stuff. Thanks so much for the health update there. And we got Adelia Bennett coming up here and more from Heather in our lightning round. Plus, our feel-good story of the day is a good one. It's an interesting story about a Uber driver that earns a college degree after a passenger pays off her debt. All right, stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckles here. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also, big shout out to Brothers Easy Moving. The official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that they are a first-class organization. They do a great job moving long distance or local. Reach out to Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day. So we're going to tell you something good here.
Tell me something good.
So that's a cool story about this Uber driver that earns a college degree after a passenger pays off her debt. So this Uber driver was one step closer to achieving her dream of becoming a lawyer thanks to a passenger who paid off the debt. So LaTonya Young said she picked up Kevin Esch outside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, and they got to talking. So Young is a hairstylist by day, Uber driver by night. And Esch said when she was 16, she had to drop out of school to raise her child. And more recently, she had to drop out of college because of a $700 balance that she couldn't afford to pay off. So, quote, every time I got ready to pay the money, the kids needed something. And I said, I just wait. So a few days later, Young received a phone call from the school, and the message stated, you can register for classes now. I was literally blown away. A stranger has never done that or anything like that for me, Young said. With the balance paid by Esch, Young earned her associate's degree in criminal justice. So that's a pretty cool story right there. I love those feel-good stories. That's awesome.
Those are great.
Stranger paying off the debt.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, very
Great
cool.
Christmas
Feel
present.
good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. So the Uber drivers, you hear, different stories coming from the Uber driver. A lot of people in real estate, they're like, oh, I drive Uber, but I also do real estate. Be careful about part-time realtors and how you, you do that. Or how good are they if they're, doing that. But all right, so back here in studio, our goal is to help you win. We got Heather Lalk in studio, fit to a T. Adelia Bennett as well. HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com. I love the mobile aspect of your business, Adelia. People probably appreciate that too.
They sure do. It's a time saver and it's a stress saver too. Again, back to the stress. I just pack up and you don't have to fight the traffic or, check out at the register. You can just lie on your bed or your TV, wherever, get a snack and just chill for at least for a little bit, if it's not for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Just to kind of just invest in some self-care.
That's
and,
right.
Kind of going back to,
it's a good time for them to shut their cell phones down too.
absolutely.
Turn it off.
Yes.
Take an hour. Take it.
Another plus, right?
Especially if you do a 90, just turn it off. Unless you got some kind of reason. But yeah, so you got the actual table that you can carry with you as
Yes.
well, and then
my hot stones are portable.
Yep.
Everything's portable. I use all organic oils. Aromatherapy is organic as well.
Nice.
And I bring sheets. I bring high quality music. I set up everything, so you really don't have to do anything. Just open the door.
I love it. Book online, HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com. Adelia Bennett. So stress relief, the employers, again, I think that's a great opportunity to have you come in to do, like the chair massage, or potentially even just set up in like a break room, a conference room somewhere, and
Absolutely.
dim the lights, and boom, there you go.
Right, and we really want to think about preparing for, before we get sick.
Yeah.
So what can we do? We invest, just like we invest financially, we invest in ourselves and our health, physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
You really have to do some homework and some self-care.
Yeah.
And invest in yourself, or it will pay off, but if you don't, it's going to pay off in the wrong way, and you'll get stressed and sick. So
Well, I love the idea. It's I think it's a comprehensive approach as well. Like I do, once a month I go in and visit another one of our friends of the program, Replenish IV Solutions. I go to Steve and Lisa Gunnan, Replenish IV Solutions on Gandy Boulevard. They also have a location on North Dale Mabry off of Bears, and that's an injection. It's a Myers cocktail is the most popular one, right into the bloodstream. So you're getting directly, as we were talking about in the first segment, Heather, you're bypassing that digestive system,
Right.
going directly into the bloodstream with high quality vitamins, C's, B's, the whole, the Myers cocktail, throw the cocktail in there, different type of cocktail from what most people consume more. But, at least once a month I'm doing that. I'm getting the weekly massage. I got, wholebodyfuel.com is one of our meal providers for the show. So the Whole Body Fuel, they're delivering these awesome meals. I think you tried
That's
one.
important too.
Did you
Yeah,
try
it
one?
was delicious.
Was it
Yeah, the
good?
bok choy was so good.
Oh, the
I
bok
think it was
choy?
salmon or something.
Yeah,
it was delicious.
Yeah. So they got awesome food delivered. So once a week they deliver that food. So I think it's just such an important thing is our health, as you mentioned as well. There is, what else do we have if we don't have our health?
I think that comes into play with the lifestyle habits. You integrate it. I mean, you take time out of your day to go to Starbucks or wherever else. You need to put, every 2 weeks or whenever you want to, put that massage on your calendar. Stay consistent.
Absolutely.
If you go to a chiropractor to help you with different things, because we get thrown off doing everyday things, put that in your calendar. Just make that part of your daily routine or monthly routine, weekly routine.
Yep, that's right. And that's another one I do is the chiropractor. Had a car accident earlier in the year, and I love the massage too, especially like the hands. I feel like my hands, I'm on the phone tapping that glass all the time. So I know some of our listeners, I'm sure, can resonate with that. So check out Adelia Bennett, HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com online, and you can book directly. Let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Hot tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Heather Lalk.
Oh, parting words of wisdom. Well, get back to a routine after the holidays. If you're sick or still being sick, maybe go see a doctor. Maybe you need to get on antibiotics, but take your probiotic.
Yep.
And look at your stress levels. Make sure you kind of try to work on those. Do daily self-care. Different things you can do at home or outside, anything like that would be beneficial to us.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have our bodies, what do we have?
Yeah, exactly. And I love that idea of getting tested for the micronutrients and what's in your blood, what's going on.
Definitely.
Because that's going to tell you a story.
Yeah, and if you really want to give yourself a after Christmas, post-Christmas present, you can do that. You can go to my website. I have yourlabwork.com is actually a link on there. And you can go and order your own labs and kind of have a whole spectrum of what's going on with your body from A to Z.
Yeah.
A better look at it to really
like
see where your health is and what you need to work on and improve on.
All right, excellent. Adelia Bennett.
Yes, just going back to preparing to not, be sick or boost your immunity.
Yeah.
For if you do get sick, you're not sick as long, or just to decrease your stress so that, you can improve your sleep and reduce fatigue. So just investing into self-care is a major movement, and it's something that we all need to be doing, is investing in our healthcare
and have that longevity that we all want.
Right.
That longevity to see our kids, grandkids, and the whole thing, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Hey, great show on health today. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys coming in. Heather Lalk, Fit to a T, Adelia Bennett, HeavyMellowMobileMassage.com. Thanks to our listeners, our producers, our TV show behind the scenes, putting it all together. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.